The Air Force is a great idea. It's a great idea to join the Air Force. It gets even better. It's not the only idea in life, but it's one idea, and it's a great idea, and that's what I want to talk about today. I joined the Air Force enlisted when I was 23, but they made me wait 10 months through delayed enlistment program, and I came into the Air Force basic training at the age of 24. Back then, 24 was old in the Air Force for basic training. It's not the case anymore. So if you're older than 24, even 34, and you think you can do physically and mentally, it's a great idea. So look into it and explore it. I was never a recruiter, but I love to speak about the Air Force and what I gained from the Air Force. Let me give you a little bit of history, my history. The reason I joined the Air Force is because I lacked discipline, structure. I was a good student in life. I was a good student in school, but that's my pug. She's 15, so you're gonna hear her walking. She's the boss. She's gonna do whatever it is that she wants. So I went through basic training, loved it, physically, mentally. I didn't feel old. But I lacked structure and discipline, like I said. I was a good student in college, but I got kicked out of college because of lacking that structure and discipline. My message that I want to say in this video is this. If you come from dysfunction, maybe low financial status, and feel lost, don't know what you want to do in life, but you're a good student and at least you graduated high school, hopefully you score high enough in the ASVAB to enlist in the Air Force, because the Air Force is going to bring you in and they're going to use your services in whatever job they give you, and you can excel. And I think that's exactly what I did. I had tried being in the civilian community from 18 through 24, and I had a lot of fun, but I had a lot of challenges. So once I joined into the Air Force, my life began. My professional life and my good life began. Of course, we have 3 cats, so that's one of them. Panther is also 15, and she's the alpha cat. They're all girls in this house. 1 pug, 3 cats, and my wife. I'm the only guy. So I excelled in the Air Force in my first job. I enlisted for 4 years. My first job was being a firefighter. I was a firefighter. It's the job that I wanted. And once I did it, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I still did a good job. And then I learned about the Air Force and retraining and when that window opens and when that window closes for you to retrain. And I was fortunate enough to have good leadership that supported me with my application to retrain, and I chose personnel. A lot of people are going to say, that's boring, but it was perfect for me. The reason is I had a family. I wanted to finish my education, which I got kicked out from a university in Los Angeles, and I did. And I wanted to work regular work hours. Of course, in the Air Force, that may be the case, but if the Air Force needs you, for example, during 9/11, we worked around the clock. And I loved that. But I was able to finish school and have good mentors and good friends. And I realized the Air Force was a good life, and it was a good life for me. So I decided to continue in the Air Force. Eventually I commissioned, became an officer with the job that I wanted, which was personnel. And my point is this, going back to what I said earlier before all these distractions of, if you come from dysfunction, maybe you feel lost, you don't have money for college, and you don't know what you want to do, but you finished high school, and you have good ASVAB scores to join the Air Force, think about it, because it changed my world. I needed the Air Force more than the Air Force needed me, but of course in the Air Force we get the job done with the #1 resource that the Air Force has, and that's people. People get the job done, people succeed, people fail. So think about the Air Force and talk to people. If I can help you, reach out to me. My email is yourmilitarymoney@gmail.com. Explore it. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not, but it's worth investing some time to see if it's a good fit for you. Again, you don't have to serve 20 plus years. You can enlist for 4 years or 6 years, or you can do a career. And I served in the Air Force in a variety of capacities. I was enlisted, I was an airman, I commissioned. In fact, I became staff sergeant, which is E5. I commissioned, I was a lieutenant, company grade officer up through captain, and then I retired as a major, field grade officer. I've worked active duty, I've worked reserve. I was a traditional reservist. I was an IMA. I was also an AGR, which is active duty for the reserve. And I've been an Air Force civilian since 2006. And the Air Force rocked my world in a great way. And my wife, if she was here right now, she's on her way home right now, but if she was here, she'd give you her version of how it's changed our lives. Whether you serve 4, 6, 20 plus years enlisted officer, it's a great life. It is what you make of it, because not every job that I had I enjoyed. Not every job that I had I loved, but I always did a good job, enough to open other doors for me. Think about it, go Air Force, always.